Welcome. This is my first reading that I'm going to be doing and sharing. Today I felt very led to come here and to lay out a couple of cards. So that's what we're going to do today. So I ask that if you're going to remain for the reading, that you would please take a moment to check in with yourself and to make sure that you are actively and mindfully consenting to the reading of energies. Okay, I'm going to step aside and I'm going to allow this reading to come through because I feel like it's been on the tip of my tongue for a couple of days. Taking a step aside. I'm hearing new, something more straightforward than you anticipate. Interesting. I'm going to start with classic Rider-Waite deck. Or I suppose this is a Smith-Waite tarot deck. I should say it correctly. What is this reading about? Share with us what the theme of this reading is, please. Oh, I'm feeling the bottom. Ooh, showing up right for you. Look at that, the Fool. There's been something you've been holding back on. A leap you're too afraid to take. Interesting. All right. What have you to say for us? All right. 10 of Cups. My goodness. Like a waterfall of energy running down from the back of your head down to your spine. A little bit of a sense of disbelief. Interesting. Page of Pentacles. Okay, I see. There's been something you're working on. Something you've been uplifting in your life, something that you've been focused in on in the 3D realm. Not something that has just been sitting in your mind and not expressed, but something that you can actually either see or hold or has manifested itself into the 3D. Okay, interesting. That came out in reverse. I'm going to set it straight, but I think it came out in reverse for a reason. I think that this young person here, this Page of Pentacles archetypal energy, you've got one part of a greater whole, and it's almost like they don't even want to see this yet. They're not even prepared for what is down the line, and it's almost like they want to see it as, oh well, either I don't truly want that, or I don't truly need it. I've got everything I need right here. And that's just kneecapping the universe, I think. We've got 2 10s, and it's extremely powerful. We've got 10s in the emotional realm, and we have 10s in the physical realm. My goodness, what a bountiful energy. Okay, I'm being told to switch decks, so I'm going to be pulling out the Citadel Oracle. Okay. This is a deck that I am still learning its language, so I may read from its small book, but everything's a learning process, so I suppose we go on. All right. What is this collective energy? What is this specific energy that we're looking at here, Spirit? Ooh, I'm feeling very Four of Pentacles energy. The word miserly. Miserly. Reminds me of Scrooge this time of year. It's not quite December yet, but it's a good story. And that's not to say that, that's not to say you're being a Scrooge, let me clarify. But that is just where the energy is leading me with this Page of Pentacles. Typically, it's a very positive outlook card. And I want to understand why there's a bit of a hesitancy with this card. This one. There we are. The Poet. Relationships and vulnerability. Tulips and fingerprints. I feel like somebody has had some pain in their hand. I can feel something coming up. You see here how this feather is wrapping around the side of this hand here? I'm not sure why, but I sense like a tightness or a pain in your hand. Interesting. I'm curious if that pain is coming from writing too much or from not writing enough. You've been blessed with a bounty here, a powerful bounty, a boon that kind of uplifts you on either side, and you're being kind of led to make something with that. Let's learn about that. What are we being called to make? What is this collective being led into? These two? Okay. Just like that. Beautiful. Ooh, excuse me. Bit of a throat chakra moment. I'm curious if some of you are perhaps feeling a little bit tight around the throat. My goodness. Interesting. You're not seeing the opportunities. You're not seeing them yet. What's this? Oh, that is very funny. Okay, so I have to laugh because I literally just said you're not seeing the opportunity. You're not seeing the thing just yet. You think you do. You think you have it in your hand. You think you've got this, the wholeness of this thing in your hand, and it comes back to this idea of, oh, I don't need all of this. I have one. And that's not what the universe wants for you. You're looking at this and saying, oh, look at this wonderful, proud thing. Look how proud he is to hold it. Look at the expression on his face. And another interesting thing with this card is there's a beautiful landscape in the background. And yet his eyes are not on it. It's a good thing to focus on your work. It is a good thing to focus on manifesting and bringing in the things that you want. But it's also important to stop and make sure you're looking around. Make sure you're breathing in the fresh air and living the life you want to live, not just building it. Those are two different things. And so the universe is saying here, it came out in reverse again, this idea of options. Look at all these options. This person is completely overwhelmed by them. Completely overwhelmed. They look at all of these emotional through lines, all of these tugs. It's like a tug in the center of your chest. I'm being tugged this way, I'm being tugged that way. And you're kind of looking at it. Oh, now this might not be for everybody, but I feel some some resentment just behind my solar plexus, in the spine. I feel some tightening there, some resistance. Almost like you're looking at these options, and instead of reveling in them, kind of like the joyfulness that is seen in the 10 of Cups, we have the 7 of Cups, and there's an overwhelm, a shadowiness, almost a resentment of so many options before you. Well, just give me an answer. Give me a clear, direct answer. And Spirit's telling you, I'm trying. I'm trying. You just don't see it yet. And so I said, you don't see this yet. And then we flip over the Ace of Pentacles. And if you're familiar with tarot at all, you know that all of the aces are gifts from the universe. Gifts from the ether, from spirit, God, if you call it that. This is a gift. There's a hand coming right out of the clouds and bringing this down for you. And not only is it a gift, but it's a gate. Ace of Pentacles isn't just about receiving something. It's about receiving something with the intention of walking forward with it, moving to a new space with it. And you just don't see it yet. I'm going to read the information on the Poet card, because I think that there's more here. Relationships and vulnerability. Let's find you, my dear. Where are you? Here we are. I'm going to read it for you. Music, laughter, the swirl of beautiful dresses. Tonight is a night free from care and the troubles of the outside world. Amongst the dancer, a single figure draws the attention of everyone present. A flash of embroidered silk, the wave of a hand, and a voice as clear as a bell. The poet is life itself, pure and undiluted. Instantly in love with every new person they meet, they're drawn to some people just as people are drawn to them. A sonnet ready for a new spark of love. Ooh. There's love on the horizon, and it is up to you to embrace it. Whatever your hesitations, it is time to accept the heart-pounding, tumbling chaos that is opening yourself up to another. Write poems. Find your song. Love is a creative work. Be your imaginative, authentic self, and let other like-minded people flock to you. This is when you will experience true happiness. My goodness. So what I'm getting from that is that you're so focused on your work. You're so focused on this either project or manifestation or thing that you have begun to make real. You've begun to make it real. You can see it. It's becoming. And the universe is saying that is a wonderful thing, but don't get caught up in the glory of that thing. Don't stare at it to the detriment of seeing your path around you. The universe is saying there's so much more for you to create. That's the beautiful thing about the 10 of Pentacles, is that it's a creation that has come into fruition. A family, a home. We see an elderly individual on the side here with gray hair, and we see dogs running around and people in a place to call yours. But it's going to take this little bit of process that you've done, and that's not to belittle it. That's not to say that you haven't done good work. That's not the message. The message is you have done good work and you should be proud of this thing, but do not let yourself get so caught up in this one that you miss the opportunities you have to make more. The universe is ready to give you a new one, to give you a new seed, a new pentacle. And it's almost like you're so focused on the work. Oh, I can relate to this. You're so focused on the work of making. There's an integrity in you that wants to do it yourself, that wants to succeed with good faith. And the universe is saying, that is a wonderful thing, but here, I have more for you. This one you don't need to make. I'm going to make it, and I'm going to bring it to you. Your job is to steward this one. So make sure you're letting go with one hand. You don't need to release it completely, but with one hand, let this go. Take your eyes off of it a moment and open up your palm in the willingness to accept a new thing. Okay. Interesting. I feel like you need to breathe. I've got a bit of a sparking in my right temple. I'm curious if somebody is having maybe a headache. I'm sorry if you are, they're never fun. Ooh, interesting. So it's fallen right over the pentacles. Let's take a look. The Emperor. My goodness gracious, look at that. Whew. Interesting. He's holding this this staff on the right side of his body. And that's where I just felt a spark in my brain, in my head. I just heard lightning rod. I think you might be more sensitive than you realize, and more powerful. The Emperor is the final full aspect of the masculine, the inner healthy masculine. And we see there's all this dimension and depth in his clothing. This is not just about somebody who demands and makes orders. This is about personal empowerment. Seeing Aries rising in particular. The king holds a golden, not the king, the emperor. The emperor holds a golden pomegranate in the palm of his left hand. I'll show it to you here, if you're unfamiliar. See that? Just that little thing in his left hand. And it's almost like the universe is saying, if you can take your eye off of this for just a moment and open up your palm, I'm going to place in it something better. I'm going to place in it something that will lead you into your empowerment. You just have to push forward into it. Push through the part of our ego that wants to silence. Whew. The Ten of Pentacles requires the energy of the Emperor to be made, and the universe is calling you forward in that energy. The universe is saying, hey, knock, knock, knock. You have other work to do. You should be proud of the work you are doing, but there's more. There's more. Oh, I'm being told to switch again. Okay. What else would you like to share? Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, okay. Oh, yes. Okay, so the tailor. Attention to detail and pride. This is the energy that I was talking about when we first pulled this, and I couldn't quite place why that energy was so intense. This Page of Pentacles has been honing their craft. You've been honing your craft. you've been manipulating the threads of fate, of your own fate. But there is a message here about your pride getting in the way of creating new work. I'm also a short story writer and a bit of a writer myself, and I can definitely relate to these kind of juxtaposing energies, this idea of attention to detail and pride in your work, but also finding a balance with your creative self and your relationship to yourself, your confidence within yourself and your own work, and the vulnerability that it takes to release that thing into the public, to release your hold over it, your ownership over it. I think we have a few more cards to pull. Oh, interesting. In this card, there's a very small skull in this piece here. Forgive me for the lack of focus. Oh, interesting. That's another message. I'll get to that in a second. But there are options before you that are not what they seem at first glance. And I think that's why the universe is asking you to open your hand and to receive something. There we go. I feel like there's another one in here somewhere. Interesting how this Pentacles card keeps getting covered by the cards that come out. I know it is just hand placement, but all these things matter. That's how it is sometimes. There you are, the Hierophant. One more. You gotta flip. Gotta flip. Oh, interesting. You're being, you're almost so on edge, you're almost so looking for something that you're actually stopping the process in its tracks because you're worried that you're going to miss something. I have this inclination. There it is. Okay. Leaving something behind. There's a bit of a, Four of Cups. I think I might have mentioned this earlier in the reading, but there's a bit of a Four of Cups energy here, a bit of apathy. Disconnection and apathy are not the same thing. I heard that recently from another wonderful reader who I cannot remember their name right now, but we'll try my best to recall. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. I said Ten of Swords. Interesting. The Nine of Swords, being up at night. You want it to be done. You want whatever this keeping you up at night, whatever this energy of tightness through and around your spine is. You want relief from that thing. And you are covered and you are protected, but this is coming to an end. The Hierophant, higher learning. Within the pursuit of higher learning, and in this case, that can mean university, that can mean esoteric knowledge, that can mean the study of the self, which in my opinion is in a way what esoteric knowledge is. And within that study of the self, there is two keys to unlocking something. Yes, what a beautiful way to end this. Star. My. Got stars all over your reading. Perhaps that's something, sitting outside if you're able and viewing the stars in the dark, if that's something that you can do safely. Perhaps take some time to do that. Listen to the birds in the trees. take a moment to slow down. The star comes after the Tower card. And this Nine of Swords is giving me almost a mental tower. Because the swords are thoughts and sometimes truths, but you've reached a point where you can no longer rest where you are. My goodness. You must be so tired. I'm feeling a wash of exhaustion come over me. It's very interesting. I think you're very tired, and I think you're more tired than you are willing and have been willing to admit. You've looked at what you've done and you've said, oh, I can do this. I can do it. It's right here. And you're pushing yourself in that same way, which is causing you distress, dis-ease. Whoever this reading is for, you're being asked to come back to the center. What fulfills? What brings joy? And I'm not talking about Marie Kondo, this brings joy. I'm talking about soul level, bone deep fulfillment. Something that makes your body feel right. Something that gives you ease and gives you hope after a troubled time. A higher understanding of the self. I'd like to get a final message. Oh my goodness. Leaping right off the deck. My gosh. Yeah. Okay. The 10 of, yeah. It's this bone deep exhaustion again. You feel like you can see the little house in the distance. You feel like you're almost there. If I just keep my head down and I keep pushing further and further and further, I'll make it. And Spirit's saying, this is hurting you. This is hurting you. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. So how can they release this? Finding a safe relationship. Yeah. The 9 of Cups. The 8 of Cups comes before and between the 7 and the 9. And the 8 of Cups is actually a willingness to walk away on a new path, but it leads to contentment and fulfillment and wholeness. It leads to a new expression of the self. My goodness. Interesting. Ooh. It flipped up, but it doesn't want to go. Yeah. Okay, so there's been an energetic block. There's been a block in your creativity, and their universe is sending a gift. And that gift, I think, in a way, is a manifestation of energy and creative energy within yourself. The Knight of Wands is going to come in and kick down the door in a way. And I think the universe wants you to be ready for it. Because if you're still in this Page of Pentacles gripping that thing so tightly, the Knight of Wands is going to burst in and really throw you off. And the universe is asking you, hey, we're sending in the charge. We're sending in the cavalry. You're about to get a whole new influx of energy, a whole new influx of something new. But you got to have an open hand and be ready. And part of that is resting. Part of that is resting. Part of that is relaxing, actually taking real, true, calm rest. One more card. How can they find a way to release this blockage? Oh, that's not the right question. Okay. On the bottom. Yeah, the Tower. Like I said, the star and the Tower. This might feel like an earth-shattering moment for you. And I think that's why the universe is giving this message. I think they want you to know, hey, this intense energy is going to come in and you got to be prepared for it with an open heart and an open hand. So that way it doesn't feel earth-shattering. So that way you can move through the foundation shattering part of this and the thing that would topple over maybe your ego and move straight into the sweetness of the star and the hope of the star, because that is the point of this. That is the journey. The Tower is not for nothing. The Tower does not show up in such a way that we should always fear it. The Tower shows up in new ways all the time. Interesting. I'm not getting to read. So this is the Seven of Swords, and I'm actually not getting to read this as typically I would. I'm getting the message, because it came up upside down. I'm getting the message, don't take what isn't yours. Don't take from the world the concerns and the things that keep you up at night. If your spirit is not bringing you that thing, it's not bringing you that concern or that thought, the universe is saying, don't take thoughts with you. Don't try to cling with both hands to blades that are going to cut you, that were not yours in the beginning anyways. The Hanged Man. This is a bit of a frightening energy for you, I think. A bit of a challenging energy. But I see so much potential. Again, with these two tens at the top, so much potential, so much space for the universe to bring in something good. Because ultimately, that's the core of this reading, remember? Under all of this, the universe is bringing you something. So be willing to learn. Be willing to set aside. Be willing to put your ego to the side for just a moment. Soften your grip on the world. Open your hands. And I think you'll be surprised to see what gets blasted away by this new energy and what remains. Thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate it. I thank you, and I thank all of our spirit guides for bringing through this message so clearly. I wish you all the best. My name is Auntie A, and this has been Herald Hearth.